To do now is bring in one of those traders. He's Art Cashin. He's Director of Floor Trading at UBS. And Art, you've been down here a very, very long time. Tell me, are you concerned at all about your job as a result of the Germans essentially taking over NYSE? They own 60% of the combined entity, or will own 60%, NYSE only owning about 40%.
Yeah, but I think you've got to look at this almost as a marriage of equals. The 60% is a factor of the capitalization, the value of the two companies in the marketplace. And I think the fact that Duncan Niederauer, who is the CEO here at the New York Stock Exchange, is going to be the CEO, tells you this is not a gobbling up kind of thing. It's not really a takeover. I think it is a marriage that the marriage broker in some degree may have been the SEC when they changed the status of trading in shares to pennies, and with regulation NMS mandated that everything be electronic in order to bring on competition. They put the stock exchange in an area where it had to grow into several other things, derivatives among them. And I think that these two entities realized that this was a perfect time to get together, for if they didn't, some other suitor might come along.
Speaking of...
And that is, to your earlier point, the stock pulled back a little bit because people were beginning to wonder, would there be competing bids? Would there be a fight for the New York Stock Exchange? So far, none has surfaced. It looks like the original plan's going through.
All right, let me ask you, Art. A while ago, Niederauer, Duncan Niederauer, CEO of the New York Stock Exchange right now, he said on our air to Lisa Murphy that he believes that this is a merger coming from a position of strength. If you look at the exchange down here, it used to account for 80% of all stock trading here in the U.S. Now it's down to that 23% level. Do you really believe, do you buy that this is in fact coming from a position of strength?
Well, I think there's two things. What you just said underscores my point about the SEC accidentally putting the New York Stock Exchange in this position by mandating the competition and having their market share go down in an all-electronic trading environment. But I do think if you look at the other side of it, away from this floor, the derivatives, they will be dominant, and both are bringing very healthy dowries to the marriage. And so I do think it is a combination of strength, not necessarily obvious to all. I don't think there will be many changes, if any, to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Yes, that's right.
I think they will concentrate on those derivatives and make them grow. And the floor of the Stock Exchange continues to be the jewel in the crown.
Okay.
All right?
All right, there. Thank you so much, Art Cashin.